Hello from Dallas Lutheran School. My name is Mr. Todd Nitz. I'm the high school principal. I'd like to explain today about DLS Online version 2.0. In the news recently, all I'm watching is the COVID-19 pandemic everywhere we go, with the obvious implications for you as parents and our DLS community. We have a verse we'd like to start with today. It's from 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." And we are definitely in a time where we're a little nervous about what's going on, but we also realize God is in control. And therefore, although our new portables, which we're excited to be in, we can't be in right now, that's not an option for us. We would like to keep moving on with our kids' education. And so we are starting up the DLS Online program, and we'd like to talk to you about what that's going to look like. All right. First, it's going to officially start on Wednesday, March 25th. Please write that down and don't forget that one, students. Let me explain how it's going to work. We're going to start thinking of each day as like a 9 to 3 space. And here's how they're going to look. We're going to have blue days and gold days and lion days. Our blue days are Mondays and Wednesdays, and the equivalent of our odds days from our previous schedule, where we have classes 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th at 9, 9:45, 10:45, and 11:30. And they continue on with independent work and reading and maybe some PE during the rest of the day. Our gold days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, are very similar. And our lion days are more focused on tutoring and some chapel time. Here are some details about it. First, physical education. Our athletics program, our students already use an app, and they will be given a recommended workout plan for them to do over the break, while middle school PE students will be given weekly fitness challenges for them to complete. We're still going to have chapel, but obviously not together, so look for that to come in a digital fashion. We're asking all the students to join a Google Classroom called We Are DLS. The code is on the screen, and that's for the students to get communication from myself and other administrators and share things like chapel messages. If you have a study hall, don't worry about it. You don't have to show up or do anything that day. But if you have Talent Zone, you do want to check in with your Talent Zone tutors during that time. Reading, we're encouraging kids to read. We've been reading all year long. We want to keep doing that as part of our school day. And some of our day will be independent work, where hopefully students are working during the afternoon, getting their homework done for the next day. Now, we also have time we have set aside to work with teachers. And right now, if you check the schedule, every Monday and through Thursday between 2 and 3 o'clock, our teachers will be online and waiting to help students and assist them with their homework. And on Fridays, it'll be between 9 and 11 a.m. They may occasionally work other times throughout the school day, but we're asking all teachers to no longer do online tutoring assistance after 4 p.m. General structure. Why are we doing this one? One, we're trying to keep things normal for our kids. We know they have to use technology, but we're trying to balance how much screen time it's going to be for them. We know you as a parent community are adjusting to new way of life with your kids at home, possibly you working at home as well. And we're trying to protect your sense of sanity and your family time. Teachers, this actually is a lot of work and they're learning hard, but it actually takes more time to prep online than in the classroom. And some of them are parents and have their own kids to adjust to as well. I think it's the best overall option at this point. Now, I keep saying the word online, but our plan is to use Zoom. Zoom is something I'm sure you have heard of, but here's how it works. We would first like to ask all of our students to create a Zoom account. They're free, but use their school email, which is the @dlstx.org email. They may download on software as well on their desktop or laptop, but iPad is what we were thinking. It offers a certain community commonality for us. In this case, make sure once again you sign up with the school Google email account. If you'd like to practice and see if you have it right, next Tuesday, March 24th, I love to practice with anybody who wants to come over and say hi real quick, and we'll see if we have it working for you at that point in time. You'll see there's something called a Zoom ID. And right there is part of how we're going to set things up, is we're going to assign the IDs not by the class, but by the teacher. And so I, as a teacher, may have an ID that you would log onto that ID at that time, and it would open up the door to my Zoom meeting space. So teachers will share by Google Classroom their Zoom ID That'll probably happen Monday or Tuesday on Google Classroom, and students can then access those rooms at that time. Also in Google Classroom, we will be posting that day's information at 8 a.m. So if you have 2nd, 4th, 6th, or 8th hour, at 8 a.m. you should have populating onto your Google Classroom the information you will need for that day. Our basic expectation is this. If we have a 9 a.m. class, students will show up at 9 a.m., maybe a couple minutes before, and teachers will take attendance. We will introduce a concept, maybe after a question or two, and then students will have an activity of sorts, either a breakout session or an offline activity through Google Classroom. Teachers will remain on Zoom the rest of the time so the kids can ask questions that entire time as best we are able. We do ask kids to show up on camera, dressed appropriately. We want to see their faces. Students can expect homework. Not the same amount, possibly, probably, but expect homework during this thing. Assignments, we're going to try and make the same times for you as families and make them all due at 4 p.m. on a weekday. So maybe it's a Tuesday, maybe it's a Wednesday, but you should have a commonality for students that say, I have to work during the day because at 4 o'clock is when my homework is due. The evening is working on tomorrow's homework and or family time. We're going to try and record these sessions with the goal of being able to repost them. This will be a work in progress for us, but we will do our best to share that with the students. Attendance. We are keeping attendance. We are asking students to show up on time. Just the fact that you are not there does not necessarily excuse you from doing the work. So please show up and please get your work done. If we have concerns with attendance, we as administration or other personnel will call you as a family and ask for how we can assist in that matter. Now, with our social distancing planning and programming in place, we need to still connect. Let me identify some key parts. First, we have school office hours. They are adjusted to 8:30 to 2:30 most days. They may change. As a social distance protocol, we do ask that you first call or email as an attempt to do that first. And if you do show up, we are going to keep our distance from you. Please don't be offended. If you're feeling stressed, Mrs. Ferguson will still be available. Give her an email. She'd be loved to reach out and talk to you via Zoom and counsel where she can. If you're sick, please contact the office. Please let us know. We want to do our best to keep track of our sickness issues in our school and support you as a family. If you'd like to talk to a teacher, right now they are not in the building and therefore they can't check their voicemail. So please start with emailing them and try your best to work through that process. We may at some point move into Zooming with you. They cannot do it during their office hours though, or during classes. So you'll have to arrange a time with them outside of that. We are learning. Please be patient with us. A few key points. How long will this last? We don't know, but we miss your kids and we hope to have this kids back in the school as soon as we are able. As far as things being canceled, we are doing that on a case-by-case basis, and you will hear information from us when we know something is no longer happening. Some expectations. Students, we expect you to come to your Zoom classes. We expect you to check your email and your Google Classroom regularly. We expect you to actually read a book. I ask you to be prepared, organize yourself, make sure that you are bringing your best efforts and doing the best you can for those classes. We ask you to speak up. If there's a problem, let us know. Ask questions, talk. We can't see you as much, so you need to talk to us and ask for help. Okay? We know we will have technology problems. We will work through them with us. We expect you to show up and give us your best, and please put down your phones and iPads at some point in time. Talk to your family and get away from those screens for part of your day. Parents, we'd encourage you to help your student find a place to work, whether it's a dining room table or somewhere different, but a place where they can be free from distractions as best they are able. As parents, we ask the following. Please help us ensure that your students are actively participating. They are part of the school. Encourage them to be good organizers. Encourage them to talk to each other and their teachers electronically. Please understand we are doing our best and we know you are doing your best, and we'll do this together. And lastly, we ask you to pray for our school, our teachers, our students, and our families, and for our country. John 16, verse 33 says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." God's got this. We're excited to work with him and see what new adventures DLS has in store for the rest of the year. Thank you. We appreciate your time today. If you have any questions, please email me. Thank you for your time.